Okay, I would like to begin my explanation of my system of learning string figures with the diamond system. And in order to really understand what you need to do in order to go through this learning procedure, you need to know first the length of the string. You will see that this is a double string, which is half of my span. You can't see my hands out here, but if I were to stretch them out, cut this, it would be one span long. And that tends to be the length of string needed by any individual to begin to learn the simple two-diamond system, which I will now show. In order to do two diamonds, which is actually the Osage two diamonds, first recorded by Caroline James in her book about string figures, most of which she collected from indigenous peoples in the St. Louis Exposition in 1904. And the one individual who showed her this figure was an Osage Indian, so it's called Osage two diamonds. Opening A, stick a thumb through, the other thumb through, the little finger, so that you have two cross transverse strings on your palm. With the right index first, you reach under the left palmar string until you can get it and pull it away. Then you reach with your right index under the right palmar string in the center and pull it away, and you have what is called opening A. Now, in order to make this figure, you want to have only two loops, so you drop your thumb loop. And now you have two loops. Notice that this is a straight across string and that is a straight across string, a transverse string. And that is going to be the frame of the figure when you have finished. Now, the way to make the figure is to use your thumb to go over both indexes, over the first near little finger string, under the far little finger string, and pull it. And there you see you have that situation. Notice that I'm not pulling hard because I'm afraid the strings will come off. If I keep my finger straight, fairly straight, this finger don't go straight, doesn't go straight, my hand's all messed up because of broken left wrist, the left carpal navicular, and some sort of a thing there. And as I get older it gets worse, but I can still kind of make string figures. Now, once you have this situation, you have to take the near index string here, and you notice that this still works. It's not going to fall off, and pull it over your thumb, and this little string comes over here. Now, this particular maneuver Jane found first from a Navajo. So it's called Navajoing the loops, and you do that on both sides. And you pull your hands not too tight apart until you can see here a little straight across string and diamonds, actually triangles. And you want to hold this string with your index so that you have control of it. Now you're going to pull off the little finger strings. You're going to pull your thumb towards you, reach and lift up with your index. Notice that it's going outside this string so that you can have your thumbs down, your little fingers, your index holding a string on the top, your thumbs holding a string on the bottom which runs across, and then when you pull your hands apart, you get the Osage two diamonds. Now, suppose you want to make something other than the Osage two diamonds once you have learned how to do it. Well, if you pay attention to which hand you use first in an opening A, you use your right hand first, and when you drop, remember this is the first hand, And remember, your hand's not going to lose the strength if you push them together. And this still works. You're going to hold these two so that you can actually try to touch your nose with your index, which is to say it's a way of beginning to twist the entire loop so that you have a twist, a double twist actually. And you do the same thing, holding the little finger and touching your nose, and you have a double twist. Now, if you do everything else the same that you did with the Osage 2 diamonds, which is to say you reach over everything and under and pick up the far little finger string, Navajo, Navajo, straighten it so that you can find your little triangles, hold that, scrape off, twist, push thumbs down. Oh, I did that wrong. Let me start that again. Suppose now you wanted to do something different with the Osage 2 diamonds. If you paid attention to the fact that you did opening A, which is the right hand first, and dropped your loops, and this still works, you hold this and you touch your nose, which is to say you twist that loop so that you put a double twist in it, and you hold this one and you twist it and you put a double twist there. Now you do everything else the same that you did in the Osage 2 diamonds. You pull off, reach over everything and get the far little finger string, Navajo those loops, find that string, twist your hands, lift so that you have the index on the top, the transverse string on the top, the transverse string on the bottom, and you'll see that it looks a little different. So when you pull apart, you get one large diamond, and that is like magic. And the reason it is different is because you twisted the right hand, both index and little finger, towards you so that you could touch your nose, and then you did everything else the same. So what do you think will happen if you start and do the second hand, which is the left hand, and simply touch your nose, reach over and get the far, and Navajo the loops, find your triangles, slip, turn, pull, and you get 3 diamonds. And you see that there are 3 simple little diamonds. And you might wonder if indeed you twisted both hands and did everything else the same, whether or not you would get, yes you do, 4 little diamonds. And that is the simple system of diamonds based on the Osage 2 diamonds. By twisting the hands, you can make 1, 3, and 4. Now, there is another diamond trick, also learned by Jane from the Osage Indians, and in many people it is called Jacob's Ladder. But it is actually the Osage 4 diamonds when it first appeared in the string figure literature. Again, start with opening A and drop your thumbs. Now, instead of reaching over and getting the far, you reach under and get the far little finger string. And now you're going to put some information into this system. You take the thumb over 1, over the near index, pick up the far, drop your little finger. Your little finger goes over 1 string and reaches and picks up the next string. You drop your thumb. The thumb goes over 2 strings, picks up the near little finger string, and now you're ready to do the same ending as in the Osage 2 diamonds. You Navajo the loops, find your triangles, slip your little fingers off, make your hands, and there you have the Osage 4 diamonds, or Jacob's Ladder. And if you will notice the difference in it and the Osage 2 diamonds with the twist of the hands is that this string holds itself at this position and the other did not. But this is the Osage 4 diamonds, often called Jacob's ladder. Now, I want to do something even more. I want to try to figure out how to make 5 diamonds. How would I do that? Well, I paid attention when I started doing Jacob's ladder, opening A, drop, reach under, get the far, reach over 1, pick up, drop. Now, instead of reaching over 1 and picking up, I actually lift this top near thumb string so that I can reach over 2 with my little finger, use my index and my little finger to pull the lower near thumb string and drop the thumb. And you can see that I have 2 diamonds in there. So basically what I have done is to store 2 diamonds in the system. And it is the same system except I have information in the center of it. So if I, for example, wanted to do Jacob's ladder again from the beginning, over 1, over 1, over 1, over 2, Navajo, find, drop, lift, I have 6 diamonds. So because I stored 2 and added 4 with the Jacob's ladder, I have 6 diamonds. Now there is something which was shown me as a continuation from this position by a Rastafarian that I happen to be on the same plane with coming back from Seattle and a National Indian Education Association meeting. And he said that from this position he adds 2 diamonds by sticking his thumb up and reaching and holding it and putting your little finger in there, sticking his thumb up, holding it without twisting and putting his little finger in there, and now he has that situation, and he reaches over and picks up the near little finger string, and again Navajos, finds his diamonds and twists, and this time he has, if I can straighten this out, this string is a little short to do this with, but I do, if I straighten it out, if you did straighten it out, you would get 6 diamonds, which I'm having a little trouble with. There we go, it comes on this side. There are the 8 diamonds actually, and the difference in the ending over here, because of the way the Rastafarian addition is made, causes these little hearts to form, these little hearts here. Now you can see that that is a little bit difficult to see, and there is a maneuver that I do called a power lift. If I switch that so that I have it on my thumb and little finger and reach in a sort of tight, but catch the little finger, near little finger, middle finger goes under, lifts up, holds this the thumb, and you can see that in there indeed is 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 diamonds. Now there's a little heart there, you might be able to see it, and that is caused by the Rastafarian addition. Now I'm going to make that same series of figures with a slightly longer string to see if you can see what happens a little better. This particular string is one of my spans, if I double it, a little over 1.5 of my spans, say 1 3/4. I start with opening A, drop, reach under and get the far little finger string, over 1, pick up, drop the little finger, lift, over 2, pick up, pull the near lower thumb, and I have my 2 diamonds. I'll do the Jacob's ladder again from the beginning. And I have Jacob's ladder. I have more than Jacob's ladder. I have 6 diamonds because I stored 2 and then I did Jacob's ladder. I reach with my thumb, without twisting, put it on my little finger, reach over and get the near little finger string, and again Navajo the loops, find my triangles. And there is a little bit of a mess, but if I now use my power lift and straighten it out somewhat, you can see my thumb, there's my heart. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 diamonds and the little heart caused by the rasp.